Imagine being one of the best gaming industry company in the world, release iconic games like Assassin's Creed franchise, Far Cry, Rayman, Tom Clancy's Prince of Persia, and etc. Ubisoft was going in 2025 being a bankruptcy and then gambling in one game, which is Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. This game was gonna decide for Ubisoft destiny in or out of the business. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced was the rebirth and revival of the Assassin's Creed franchise as well as Ubisoft. In today's video, we're gonna discuss about Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, how much this game was succeed. This game already sold 3 million copies, and how was this game last hope and last chance, which is one of the most important release games since 44 years for Ubisoft perspective and as a fan of Assassin's Creed franchise. Ubisoft started making games since 1986. They made a lot of lovely games. In early 2000, Jordan Mechner, the original creator of Prince of Persia franchise, was collaborated with Ubisoft Montreal for developing Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time in a 3D instead of 2D. One of the biggest projects for them. This game was heavily introduced parkour and acrobatics in seamless way system, story-driven, dialogues, characters, storytelling. The interesting thing was time rewind, the dagger. Prince of Persia: Sands of Time made a huge success for Ubisoft way back when. It sold over 2 million copies worldwide across all platforms in 2003. In early 2004, the sales reached 2.4 million of copies. For Ubisoft perspective, the game was a huge success. The game did pretty well. They want to work fast on the next episode of the franchise. More successful games, more franchise, and more money for Ubisoft. The most distinguished or special thing of Prince of Persia was you're supposed to play as a prince mainly, not different character. The new next project for Ubisoft was the Prince of Persia franchise. Started with the Prince of Persia Assassins in 2004 as a prototype. The biggest changes was that the player mainly was an assassin, not the prince anymore. The assassin was a bodyguard of the prince and you have to protect the prince the whole game. So that was the original concept of Prince of Persia Assassins. You have to protect the young prince and escort him. From Ubisoft perspective, they discussed about this game and they rejected, because this is not the Prince of Persia game anymore. Ubisoft felt that the Prince of Persia game should have the prince as the main playable character. Since this project focused on his bodyguard instead, they decided it no longer fit the franchise. So it became Assassin's Creed. Rather than cancel the gameplay ideas, it is already done 30 or 40% from the game development stages. Ubisoft turned them into a brand new IP. The changes was the assassin became Altair, the prince was removed, the Templars, the Apple of Eden, the Animus, and the modern day storyline were created. The project was renamed to Assassin's Creed. There where it all started. The project handed over to director Patrice Deseret and his team members. The producer was Jade Raymond, designer Maxime Balland, lead programmer Matthew Mazoral, artist Raphael Lacoste, writer Corey May. The game took 3 years to develop. For the Assassin's Creed 1 in 2007 was ready. The special things about the game was introducing ideas that felt completely fresh for open world games at the time. You were playing as an Altair ibn Allah Ahad, the protagonist. The philosophy of the game was philosophical conflict between assassins and Templars. The game was special because combining all the stories and synchronizing with the modern day through a machine called the Animus. The idea of the machine was that they are bringing some people they had predecessors or ancestors for the old ages, and they tried to use this machine on some specific people they had ancestors in the old ages, tried to get their memories. Those old ancestors, they know what's the Apple of Eden and where it's located because they hidden it from the Templars. The role of Abstergo here in this game, they created a machine called the Animus. They can take people from modern day to the old days, synchronized with their ancestors' memories. Abstergo objects was to collect the Apple of Eden. The Apple of Eden, which is an artifact that can make a destruction. Assassin's Creed 1 was a successful game. It sold more than over 8 million copies. After that huge success, Ubisoft and the team wanted to create on the next episode, and the Assassin's Creed team were bigger and bigger. The next game was Assassin's Creed 2, the introduction of Ezio trilogy. The Assassin's Creed Ezio trilogy, which is Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations. is widely considered the golden era of the franchise because it combined a memorable protagonist with major gameplay improvements and a satisfying long-term story. Here are the biggest things that made it special. The protagonist, Ezio Auditore da Firenze. We as players, we follow Ezio through his almost entire life. The charismatic young Ezio Auditore da Firenze, noble seeking revenge on Assassin's Creed 2 for his family, and then Master Assassin leading Brotherhood in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Lastly, wise veteran searching for answers in Assassin's Creed Revelations. Watching and playing Ezio through these old games created a strong emotional connections. Why fans still consider Ezio trilogy is the best? The trilogy succeeded because it's excellent in nearly every area. An iconic hero, continuous character development across the 3 games, beautiful historical settings, major gameplay improvements, strong emotional story, outstanding soundtracks, and finally a memorable ending. In Assassin's Creed 1, in the end of the game, Desmond Miles and Lucy Stillman, they were discussing and Lucy had to leave the chamber. During this moment, Desmond Miles had to use his eagle vision that can detect who's Templars and who's an assassin. It appeared that Lucy was blue color, so she from Assassins, not a Templars. In Assassin's Creed Brotherhood game, Lucy Stillman had been killed and her story changed entirely. We as players were asking why. Like the vibes between Lucy and Desmond were like so beautiful. Even Kristen Bell, the actress of Lucy Stillman in Assassin's Creed game, was loving to play the character. She was so happy with it. The ambience outside the enemies between Desmond and Lucy were killed. From this point, a series started a little bit crumble. Let's move on Assassin's Creed 3 2012. What made it special, this game? It introduced a new game engine, Anvil Next, with much more detailed environment and animations. It was set during the American Revolution 1754 to 1783, featuring historical events like the Boston Tea Party and the Battle of the Bunker Hill. It also introduced frontier exploration, allowing players to run through forests, climb trees, and hunt wildlife. It was the first Assassin's Creed episode to include playable and hunt wildlife. The dynamic weathers and seasonal changes made the world of the game feel more alive. Our main protagonist in this game, Connor Kenway. Connor is a Native American assassin fighting to protect his people while becoming involved in the American Revolution. The game was so hyped because this is the first game in the series introduced the ship war. In Assassin's Creed 3, Ubisoft killed also Desmond Miles. Like the fans asking why you killed Desmond Miles and Lucy. For me personally, outside the enemies it's like a break from the game. You see the ambience between Desmond Miles and Lucy Stillman and his team. The chemicals and connection between Lucy and Desmond and their team, it is so gorgeous. All these ambience it had been killed. For me personally, I felt like a little bit less interest in the game. Like these characters, they are the main protagonists of the Assassin's Creed franchise. Assassin's Creed 3 game sold over 12 million copies, making it one of Ubisoft's biggest releases at the time. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag 2013. What made it special? Black Flag took the naval gameplay from Assassin's Creed 3 and turned it on into the heart of the game. Instead of focusing only on Assassins versus Templars, it let the players live the fantasy of being pirate in the Caribbean. Our main protagonist, Edward Kenway. Edward begins as a pirate seeking wealth and fame, but over time grows into a true assassin. His character development is one of the strongest in the series. Biggest innovations of this game: massive open world Caribbean with dozens of islands, full naval exploration using the Jackdaw, ship customization and upgrades, boarding enemy ships is real time, sea forts, underwater shipwrecks and hidden treasures, hunting whales, sharks and other wildlife, dynamic weather and ocean physics. Why do we love Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag? Perfectly captured the fantasy of being pirate. Naval combat was deep but easy to learn. Exploration constantly rewarded curiosity. The supporting cast, including famous pirates, was memorable. It balanced story, exploration and gameplay exceptional well. The game sold over 50 million copies around the world, which making Assassin's Creed Black Flag one of the best-selling games in the whole franchise. The people who was involved in development for the series, we mentioned them earlier in this video. All of them, they left. This happened after Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag in 2014. The released games after Black Flag, which is Rogue, Unity, Syndicate, Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, Mirage, Shadows. The franchise had debate after Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag in 2014. According to some reviewers, this is not the best era for series like Assassin's Creed 1, its trilogy, or Assassin's Creed 3 and 4 Black Flag. I'm gonna speak according to some reviewers' perspective and fans. Some people love it, some people not. Aside of Assassin's Creed, also Ubisoft released a group of games that did not perform well as per the reviewers. Skull and Bones, Star Wars Outlaws, X-Defined. The stock price collapsed. After several disappointing releases and repeated delays, investor confidence fell sharply. Ubisoft's market value dropped dramatically compared with its peak. Layoffs and studio closures. To reduce costs, Ubisoft closed the Ubisoft Leamington studio, reduced staff at several other studios, continued restructuring across the company, cancelling games and projects like Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake. In 2025, Ubisoft was in bankruptcy edge after we mentioned all these factors. Ubisoft gambled on Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. The game was on the line. If this game fails, the whole thing will crumble. If not, it will open a huge opportunities for Ubisoft and us to play the Assassin's Creed saga. The game was the perfect remake, everyone loves it, the graphics was perfect, the enhancements, the additional characters. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced became a huge success because it combined nostalgia, modern technology, and strong gameplay improvements while keeping the original game's strength intact. The game sold over 3 million copies in its first week, making it one of the fastest selling games in the whole franchise. The most strength of this game was, it remained one of the most beloved Assassin's Creed games. Black Flag is constantly ranked among the best games in the series. Many fans had wanted a remake for years. Modern graphics without changing the core experience. Rebirth in the latest naval engine, better lighting, character models, water, vegetations, and weathers. The Caribbean looked far more realistic while preserving the original atmosphere. Improved gameplay, more fluid combat, better stealth and parkour, deeper naval mechanics, new quality of life improvements, and additional story content. The game got excellent reviews, 84 on Metacritic. This game was a rebirth for Ubisoft and the Assassin's Creed franchise. It saved them. That it will open doors to see as a huge fan of Assassin's Creed franchise, another remakes for Assassin's Creed 1, its trilogy. These 4 games, if Ubisoft remake it, they are gonna make so much hype for the game industry. We all avid for remaking the Assassin's Creed 1, especially with the new features of Assassin's Creed franchise, like hunting, buying, mining, gathering, wildlife, and fishing. And maybe they will include a naval. For me, I really wish Ubisoft, if they want to remake Assassin's Creed 1, 2, its trilogy, to make Desmond Miles and Lucy Stillman alive. I really like the ambience outside the enemies in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood when you walk inside the Monteregione, the fantasy city in Italy. The ambience, the calm music in the background, it was the perfection. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, you are free to like and subscribe for more content in the future. Give me your thoughts guys in the comments below. If Ubisoft remake the Assassin's Creed 1, they will change the story between Desmond and Lucy. They will kill both of them or they will keep them remain. As always, this is Amori Show. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.